Well, I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the channel. Please subscribe. It really helps. So here's where I'm at. It was my intention to create a franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4 and play a full 162 game schedule, no skipped innings, no simulated games, every single game on YouTube, and I've done that. But now it's time for the second season, the playoffs. So the Bronx Knights made their way through a very close opening division series round. They passed the Minnesota Twins in 5 games, and now they've advanced to the American League Championship Series against the Tampa Bay Rays. So right now, Tampa Bay leads the series 1-0 as we are about to play Game 2 of the ALCS, Knights versus Rays, coming to you now. Let's jump into this game. Let's get this started. So as you can see from the playoff brackets, ALCS and NLCS, the NLCS is on the right side in blue. The Colorado Rockies have a 2-0 lead over the New York Mets. Best 4 wins out of 7, so they're halfway there. And my bracket is over in the red on the left side of the screen. TB for Tampa Bay leads 1-0. First team to win 4 games advances to the World Series. So the entire season has been played on the difficulty setting of All-Star. So I'll make sure to flash the difficulty setting just so that there's some accountability. So let's start this up. Calendar. First game was a win for the Tampa Bay, 4-2. This is game number 2 at Tampa Bay at Tropicana. Madison Bumgarner will make the start for the Bronx Knights. Important start. Try to split the opening 2 games on the road. The organization's games. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Tropicana, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. Broadcast. Okay. Bumgarner. And let's rock and roll. Let's do this. So both teams tied with the best record in the American League in baseball, in fact. Both teams winning 107 games during the regular season. The Rays had a better head-to-head record, so they get home field advantage in this ALCS. It's an important game. Got to win. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the American League Championship Series, Knights versus Rays. Bronx Knights visit the Tampa Bay Rays here at Tropicana. The Rays leading 1-0. Let's start it up now. On the mound for the Rays, Mark Pryor making his 3rd start of the season. In these playoffs, he's 2-0 with a 1.20 earned run average. So leading off for the Bronx Knights is Mighty Max Lukulich, hitting .280 with a run batted in during this postseason. First pitch of the ball game. Here it comes. Pitch is outside and low, ball 1. Wicked Quixotic, thank you for joining me. Much appreciated. Pitch is high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. It's always a pleasure to see your name in the chat. Thank you for watching. Count goes 3 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter. Don Mattingly is on deck. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I do not swing on 3-0. Breaking ball in there, strike 1, but I do swing on 3 balls and 1 strike, because that's the hitter's count. So let's see what happens. Here comes the pitch. And he grounds it up the first base line, out of play. Count evens at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to Max Lukulich. Fouls it behind home plate, and the count will remain full. So the Tampa Bay Rays won Game 1 of this ALCS 4-2. It's important for the Knights to... And that is a lazy line drive to the second baseman, Brian Roberts, for the first out of the ball game. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights. Max led off. He's in center. Don Mattingly is at first. Chris Ramos at second. Michael O'Rourke's in left. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. The DH is Matthew Saps. Francisco Lindor takes over in right field for the injured Benny Cicero. Matt Termini is batting 8th and playing third base, and Anthony Millo is batting 9th, the catcher. Don Mattingly steps up to the plate, takes outside. Ball 1. He's hitting .304 in the playoffs. No homers, 2 runs batted in. And he skies it to short right field. Roberts is there for the pop-up, and there are 2 away.
That is third.
So, the second baseman, Chris Ramos, is hitting .318, 1 homer, 4 runs batted in during the postseason. He is the American League most valuable player during the regular season. Pitches high, ball 1. So he's 0 for 4 in game 1 with a strikeout. I'm sure he'd like better results in this game. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes from prior. So Ramos had 66 homers and 169 runs batted in to lead the majors. And he yanks the changeup foul down the right field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball and slices it into the seats. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first. No score here in game 2 of the ALCS. And just gets a piece of it and pulls a foul. And we will do it again. First team to win 4 games in this championship series advances to the World Series. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, so he's got to throw it to first. Strike him out. Throw him out. And the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Pryor here in the top of the first. Half an inning gone by in Tropicana. Bronx Knights, nothing. Tampa Bay coming to bat. On the mound for the Bronx Knights is Madison Bumgarner. He has 1 start in this postseason. He won that start. I believe it was game 4 of the American League Division Series against the Minnesota Twins. And leading off for the Rays is Brian Roberts, switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Bumgarner. He's hitting a .136 for the playoffs. And he pops him up. On the outfield grass in shallow right field is Ramos, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Rays, Brian Roberts led off. He's at second. Jason Dominguez is in center. Xander Bogaerts is at short. J.D. Martinez in left. Jose Ramirez at third. Dominic Smith at first. Wilson Ramos is the catcher. Aaron Judge is the right fielder. And Michael Chavis batting ninth and playing designated hitter. Jason Dominguez hitting .333 with an RBI. Steps up with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. In there at the knees, strike 1 from Bumgarner. And it's a pop-up, and Ramos almost flubs it, but makes the catch. 2 away. Lost his balance out there. Anyway, postseason bracket, as you can see, the New York Mets trail the Colorado Rockies in the National League Championship Series 2-0. So 2 more wins from Colorado, and they advance to the World Series to represent the National League. So with 2 outs, up steps Xander Bogaerts. He's hitting .200, a homer, and 4 runs batted in. And he pulls the fastball foul, strike 1. Career Xander Bogaerts versus Madison Bumgarner. He's 1 for 15, so Madison's got success against this particular hitter. Ground ball to the shortstop, Salazar. Throws to first in time. 1-2-3 inning for Bumgarner. And at the end of 1 inning of play here in Tropicana, Game 2 of the ALCS, no score. So we go to the top of the second inning. Cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke, steps up to the plate. He's hitting .364 and has 7 runs batted in to lead the Knights here in the playoffs. Out in front of the changeup, strike 1. During the regular season, he had 38 homers and 117 runs batted in. And this one is skied to left center field. Long run for the center fielder. Oh, it goes over his head. Rounding second and heading to third is O'Rourke. He's going to make it there. It's going to be a triple. Is it a triple or an error? I think because he never came in contact with the ball, they're going to call it a triple. Let's see. Did it hit his glove? Better angle for this. No, just went right over his head, and since he did not come in contact with the ball, he makes it to third base and gets a triple with nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Just for accountability's sake, we're going to go over to options and gameplay. Hitting difficulty is All-Star, and pitching difficulty is All-Star. Just in case you're wondering, the entire season from the beginning, from game 1 of the regular season, hitting and pitching has been set to All-Star. So just for the sake of the playoffs, I just want to show that at some point on the stream. So runner at third, nobody out. Up steps Jacob Salazar, the shortstop. And he pops him up. Swings at the first pitch near the left field line. Third baseman Jose Ramirez makes the catch, 1 away. Does not get the runner home. Defensive alignment for the Tampa Bay Rays in the outfield from left to right is Martinez, Dominguez, and Judge. And in the infield is Ramirez, Bogarts, Roberts, Smith, with Wilson Ramos behind the plate. So next up is Matthew Saps, the designated hitter, 286, a homer, 2 RBIs in the postseason. Runner at third, 1 away. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1.
He drove in 109 runs during the regular season. Inside off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 33 homers in 150 games during the regular season. And he's out in front of the slider. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Saps. O'Rourke leads off third, 1 away. Slider outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive to center field. Back he goes to the wall. He makes the catch. Tagging is O'Rourke at third. He comes home. So it's an RBI and a sacrifice fly for Matthew Saps. And the Bronx Knights have an early 1-0 lead here in Game 2 of the ALCS. Almost a 2-run home run. So up next with 2 outs is Francisco Lindor playing right field in place of the injured Benny Lo Cicero, who, because of a contusion, and he swings at the first pitch and drives it to right field, right in front of the warning track. Aaron Judge makes the catch to retire the side. But thanks to a sacrifice fly here in the top of the 2nd inning, after 1.5 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights leading 1-0. So bottom of the 2nd inning, up steps J.D. Martinez, the left fielder for the Tampa Bay Rays, hitting 300 with 2 homers and 4 runs batted in the postseason. Here comes a pitch from Bumgarner. At the knees, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
He had a home run in yesterday's game. Line drive right over the head of Ramos, and it will go all the way to the wall. And there'll be a runner at second with nobody out for the Tampa Bay Rays here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So they get started the right way. I thought Ramos might have a chance to catch this ball, but apparently it went over his head. Yep, no chance, I suppose. So with nobody out and a runner in scoring position, up steps the switch hitter Jose Ramirez, who turns around and bats from the right side, sitting 333 here in the postseason. Late on the fastball, strike 1. And he pops him up. In charges Mattingly. Makes the catch for the first out. No advance on the bases. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is O'Rourke, Lukulich, and Lindor in right. And at third base, Matt Termini, Jacob Salazar, Chris Ramos, Don Mattingly first, with Anthony Millo behind the plate. Max Lukulich won the Gold Glove for center field. Don Mattingly, the Gold Glove at first base. Dominic Smith, the first baseman today, steps up, hitting 211. Takes inside corner, strike 1. Fouls off the cut fastball. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So runner at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. And Dominic Smith pulls it foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Skies it to left field. It's deep. Back goes O'Rourke. He does not make the catch. So it's going to be an RBI. Wait, throw RBI double for Dominic Smith high off the left field wall. And the score is tied at 1. Let's look at this replay. It just goes with it and just almost hits it out the other way. So the ball game is knotted at 1 here in the second inning. Runner at scoring position is Dominic Smith. Next up is Wilson Ramos, the catcher, hitting .250 on the postseason. In there, strike 1 with the fastball. Two powerhouse ball clubs, both with 107 wins during the regular season. And it is a fly ball to center. Lukelich is there. He makes the catch for out number 2. So the number 8 hitter steps up to the plate. Aaron Judge is hitting .353 with a homer here in this postseason. Runner in scoring position. Inside corner with the cut fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Judge. Aaron Judge plays for the New York Yankees in real life, current day player. And he fouls the fastball behind home plate. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Runner at second base. Aaron Judge at the plate. It's a 1-1 ball game here in game 2 of the ALCS. Deep fly ball to center field, but Lukelich makes the catch to retire the side. So they score a run on the RBI double by Dominic Smith. And after 2 innings of baseball here in game 2 of the ALCS, the ball game is tied at 1. So here in the top of the 3rd inning, leading off is Matt Termini, the 3rd baseman. He's hitting .211 on the season. And that's a line drive which will one-hop to the right fielder. It's a leadoff base hit for Matt Termini. And they lead off the top of the 3rd inning right with a leadoff single. I thought, honestly, that Aaron Judge was playing it safe, but... So runner at first, catcher Anthony Millo steps up to the plate. He's hitting .200. He does have a home run in the postseason. And he's late on the fastball and slices it foul for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike on Millo. Big lead over there for Termini at first. And this ball is hit deep. He looking up, that ball is gonzo. It is a 2-run home run for Anthony Millo, his first of the American League Championship Series. And the Bronx Knights take a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning in game 2 of the ALCS. Millo had a terrible first half of the year in the regular season. Thank you, Wicked Quixotic. I appreciate it. The stream number was at 0, so I thought perhaps you had dropped off for a couple of minutes. It's nice to see that you're still watching. Thank you so much. So the lineup turns over for the Bronx Knights. And taking a strike at the knees is Max Lukelich, the center fielder, who lined out in the 1st inning. 3-1 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 3rd. And that's a line drive to center field. It will dunk in there for a base hit. Big turn at first, but he obviously holds there. It's a single for Max Lukelich, and the pitching coach for the Tampa Bay Rays takes that slow stroll out to the mound to talk to Mark Pryor. Outlander Show. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, been a long week with my son feeling sick with allergies. Listen, family always comes first, Mr. Outlander. I just appreciate the support you give me all the time. I was afraid that you were going to do your Madden stream. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Don Mattingly, the first baseman, is up there. The count is no balls and 1 strike. I was afraid I was going to get in the way of your Madden stream. if this game is over and you're looking to stream your Madden football, I would love to watch that and give you my support. Count is no balls and 1 strike on Don Mattingly. In the dirt, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mattingly hit .338 over 149 games during the regular season. He had 26 homers and 115 runs batted in. Luklich has a lot of speed at first. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Speaking of Mattingly, that's the 50-year-old version of Don Mattingly. He's the manager of the Bronx Knights, so he's in 2 places at once in this fictional universe. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike, hitter's count. On deck is the reigning most valuable player of the American League, Chris Ramos. Luklich leads off first. Here comes the 3-1 count. And he's laid on it and pops it up on the left side. There is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, and there's 1 away. So next up is Chris Ramos, who struck out in the first. He is 0 for 1 today, batting from the left side against the righty Pryor. Pitches high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew by him. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. He was way off. He hasn't looked like the same hitter since the playoffs began. Pitch out, but the runner is not in motion. Luklich staying at first base for the time being. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside, hitter's count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Michael O'Rourke, who hit a triple in his first at-bat, is on deck. And that pitch is low, ball 4, and Ramos is on, and now we have 2 runners on with only 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. 2 runs have already crossed the plate. It's a 3-1 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. So, with a triple and a run scored, Michael O'Rourke is up at the plate with a runner in scoring position. That runner is Max Luklich. Ramos is at first. Out in front of the changeup, strike 1 on O'Rourke. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Wilson Ramos, the catcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Pryor doesn't seem to have the same control of this inning that he had in the first 2. And that's a line drive to the second baseman, Roberts. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the second baseman. And there are 2 away. Here comes the replay. Hit it right on the nose, but right at him. Can't steer the ball. All you can do is hit it hard. So next up is this shortstop, Jacob Salazar, who's 0 for 1. Another switch hitter batting from the left side. Just gets a piece of the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Strike 1. We're looking at Madden tomorrow. Hopefully my son feels better. Here comes the pitch from Pryor. Pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. I get home, he wants to lay with me. It's like he knows when I come home. Well, listen, he's very uncomfortable. If he's sick, he's sick. Playing daddy, there's nothing wrong with that. And it is a shallow fly ball into right center field. Roberts makes the catch to retire the side, but a 2-run home run from the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo. It's Millo time here at Tropicana. After 2.5 innings of play in Game 2 of the ALCS, it's the Knights 3, the Rays 1. Hope your kiddo feels better, Outlander. It's very nice of you, Wicked. So next up, leading off for the Rays here in the bottom of the 3rd is Michael Chavez. First at-bat of the postseason. This is interesting. It's the American League Championship Series, and they're experimenting with their lineup. It's interesting. Line drive right at the only man over there on the right side of the infield. Mattingly catches it for out number 1. So the lineup turns over for the Rays. Leadoff man Brian Roberts is up. He's 0 for 1. Bumgarner sets and delivers.
Nope.
Misses low, ball 1. High and tight, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Changeup floats in there for strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Brian. Madison Bumgarner won his only start in the American League Division Series, and he's pitching this pivotal game too. Ground ball to Salazar, routine play, in time, 2 away. So with 2 down, up steps the center fielder Jason Dominguez. He popped out in the first and should have been awarded an error in center field. He was responsible for the triple by O'Rourke. Honestly, it should have been a catch. Fastball's in there, strike 1. My wife and my son get bad allergies in California. We live in the valley, so we get all the dust and pollen and everything. I'm okay. I'm from Oklahoma. Well, I hope your family feels better from those allergies. Pitch is low but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 2 balls. Check that. No balls and 2 strikes on Dominguez. And he chases the curveball, fouls it down the third base. Check that, the first base line. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Jason Dominguez. Late on the fastball, we'll stay right where we are. And that's a line drive to left. Right there is O'Rourke, barely has to move, makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Madison Bumgarner. And at the end of 3 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 3, the Tampa Bay Rays 1. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Matthew Saps. Saps, no official at-bat. He had a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. And that's a line drive right at Mark Pryor. Look at the... Oh, I'm sorry. Check that. It was a hopper to Mark Pryor. Throws to first. 1 away. Thought it was a line drive to Mark Pryor. My mistake. So, 1 pitch, 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Next up is Francisco Lindor. Again, Francisco is playing in right field probably for the rest of this series, as the Bronx Knights have lost their starting right fielder, Benny Cicero, for the rest of the playoffs. That's a big loss. Fouls off. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Francisco Lindor. Now, Lindor's a great player, but Benny Cicero had 34 homers and 128 runs batted in, and that's a lot of production to just say goodbye to during the playoffs. Ground ball up the first base line. Dominic takes himself, Dominic Smith that is, steps on the bag, and there are 2 away here in the 4th. So next up is Matt Termini. He had a single in his first at-bat, scored a run. Steps up with 2 outs. And he yanks it foul down the third base line into the seats, strike 1. He had .316 during the regular season, had 11 homers and 81 runs batted in. And that is a line drive to right. Aaron Judge makes the catch. It's a quick inning for Mark Pryor. After 3.5 innings of play here in Tropicana, the score remains 3-1, Bronx Knights lead. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Xander Bogaerts is 1 for 5 in this series. He has no hits today. He's 0 for 1. Bumgarner sets and delivers. Late on the fastball, strike 1. So this is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Deep drive down the left field line, but curling out of play, strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Xander Bogaerts. That's a baseball name, if I've ever heard one. Line drive to center. Racing in is Lukulich to make a shoestring catch. There's one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Nice play by Lukulich. Not exactly a shoestring catch, but you know what I mean. So next up is J.D. Martinez. He had a double in his first at-bat, scored a run. He's 2 for 5 with a homer in this series. Late on the fastball down the right field line. J.D. has 453 home runs in his fictional career. I don't know what his real life stats are, but that's a lot of homers. And he pulls it foul up the third base line. Count is quickly 0-2 on J.D. Slow hopper, Mattingly underhand. Oh, he's safe. Little confusion over there at first base. They're going to give the error to Mattingly. So an error leads to a runner at first here with one out in the bottom of the fourth. And up steps Jose Ramirez. Popped out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Ground ball charged by Salazar. Throws to second for the force. Back to first. Not in time. It's a fielder's choice. Out at second. So there's 2 away. And Jose Ramirez will be at first base. Not quite hit hard enough for a double play. Next up is Dominic Smith. He had an RBI double in his first at-bat. There's a runner at first. 2 outs. 3-1 lead for the Knights. In there, strike 1. Career versus Bumgarner. He's 4 for 11 with a home run. So he sees the ball well from this lefty. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes. And he pops it up over the Knights dugout, out of play. Count remains 0-2. Line drive over the head of the second baseman. And because of the error, the inning will continue as runners at first and second with 2 away. Just takes the pitch off the end of the bat and just drops it over the infield. Soft line drive over the head of Ramos at short. Next up is Wilson Ramos, the catcher for the Rays. He flew out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Big moment in the game right here. Late on the fastball, strike 1. And that's a line drive, but it curves foul. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead off first and second. 3-1 lead for the Knights. Here's the pitch. And it is a lazy fly ball to right. Francisco is there, makes the catch to retire the side. So, we've gone 4. Here in Game 2 of the ALCS, Knights lead 3-1. So we go to the top of the 5th. Anthony Millo, in his only at-bat, had a 2-run home run. He's got 2 homers in this postseason. Comes the first pitch. Pitch is low, ball 1. And he swings at the pitch, hits it deep to right, but playable for Judge. Makes the catch. There is 1 away. Lineup turns over for the Knights. Max Lukulich is 1 for 2 with a single, hitting .296 in the postseason. Pitch is outside, ball 1. So his WAR means wins above replacement. It's a statistic, a cumulative statistic designed to, pitches in there, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike, designed to measure the value of players at their positions. It's a new statistic. Pitches inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Basically 5.4 WAR. Inside corner, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. My goodness, that's a big strike zone. Here comes the next pitch. Ground ball off the pitcher Picks it up, throws to first in time. Great play by Mark Pryor for the second out. Luke Lynch has an enormous amount of speed. So anyway, to explain that, so Luke Lynch is the center fielder. 5.4 WAR basically means that putting Luke Lynch in center field over an average center fielder means that the team would get 5.5 more wins because Luke Lynch plays on the team. How they derive that number, I have no idea. Mattingly swings at the first pitch, skies it to left center field, caught by the center fielder, and the side is retired. 4.5 here in Game 2 of the ALCS. Still a 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights. So, Heidi Watney in the dugout, sideline reporter, thank you so much for your hard work this season. Seems to be something wrong with your microphone, so we're going to have to cut away. We'll send a technician down there to check that microphone out. In the meantime, the bottom of the 5th, Aaron Judge steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Strike 1 at the knees. Judge is 4 for his last 10. And he fouls the cut fastball back behind home plate. Count is 0-2. Bumgarner has been consistently getting in front of these hitters with 0-2 counts. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball out in front. That's a strikeout for Aaron Judge. Bumgarner's first strikeout comes here in the 5th inning. So, number 9 hitter Michael Chavez lined out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball up the middle, having played perfectly. Throws across, 2 away. Long throw for Ramos as he's right behind the second base bag, but makes the play, and there's 2 outs. So the leadoff man, Brian Roberts, is 0 for 2 today. He's hitting 125 for the postseason. Pitches low, ball 1 with the fastball. Ground ball to Termini. Long throw. 1-2-3 inning for the Bronx Knights and for Madison Bumgarner. It's an official ball game. End of 5 innings. Bronx Knights 3. Tampa Bay Rays 1. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Chris Ramos, who's 0 for 1 for the game. Pitches outside ball 1. Struck out in the 1st. In his next at-bat, he walked. He had 66 home runs during the regular season. And that ball is popped up into short right field. Long run for Aaron Judge. But he makes the play for the first out here in the 6th. Next up is Michael O'Rourke. 2 right-handers warming in the Rays bullpen. Michael's 1 for 2 with that triple. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. He hit 343 during the regular season. 38 homers. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Helsey and Dominic Leone, 2 right-handers, getting loose in the Tampa Bay bullpen. That ball is hit high and deep, but it will curl foul at the last moment. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. In there, strike 3 called. He caught him looking, and he nods and walks back to the dugout. He knows he got fooled.
Now batting.
And that's in there. That's a strike. So 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Jacob Salazar steps up. He's 0 for 2. And he swings and flies out to center field. He makes the catch to retire the side. So 5.5 here at Tropicana. The score remains Knights 3, Rays 1. Bottom of the 6th. Jason Dominguez, 0 for 2. Popped out, he lined out. In there, strike 1 with the fastball. And he's grounds it foul up the first base line. Count is 0-2. Yet again, another 0-2 count from Madison Bumgarner, consistently getting ahead of hitters. Misses inside with the cut fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Line drive caught by Termini at third base. Nice reaction play by the third baseman. They should show a replay of that. Come on. They should be ashamed of themselves. Anyway, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Xander Bogaerts is 1 for 6 in this series. There's no hits today. He's 0 for 2. But no longer. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. That is a deep home run from Xander Bogaerts. His first home run of this series. And it's a 3-2 ball game. My goodness, did he kill that. Finally gave the crowd something to cheer about. 431 projected feet. Crushed it. Here's the replay. Oh, so it's Knights 3, Rays 2 here in this game 2 of the ALCS. Next up is JD Martinez. 1 for 2 with a double. Strike 1. Misses outside with the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Martinez. Pulls it foul. Strike 2. Just missed outside with the curveball. And Bumgarner wanted that pitch. He's asking the umpire, like, where was that? Okay, all right. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. 3-2 lead for the Knights here in the bottom of the 6th. Late on the fastball, count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tampa Bay leads this ALCS 1-0. This is a crucial, pivotal game. Yanks it foul into the seats. So either they go to New York, either the Bronx Knights go to New York down 0-2, or they split this series 1 game apiece. Ground ball hard, backhanded by Ramos. Sets, throws, in time, 2 away. Jose Ramirez, third baseman, 0 for 2. Steps up, hitting .294 this postseason. Pitch from Bumgarner. In there, strike 1. So Ramirez had 115 runs batted in during the regular season. Miss outside with the cutter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is 1-2 on Jose Ramirez. Line drive caught. Again, another line drive catch in this inning by Matt Termini at third to retire the side, but not before Xander Bogaerts hits this, a solo shot. And at the end of 6 innings of play here in Game 2 of the ALCS, the Knights lead 3-2. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Matt Saps, who's officially 0 for 1. He has a sacrifice fly today. We go to the manager's office in the bullpen. Right? Lefty, righty are due up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Carlos Estevez 1 and Jesse Biddle 1, just in case. So, leading off here in the top of the 7th, Matt Saps. Pitches inside, ball 1. It's a 1-run contest, 3-2 here in the 7th. Pitches low, count is 2 balls and no strikes on Saps. Saps is a natural second baseman. Bounced around the infield this season, mostly played designated hitter. And he skies this one to left. It's deep. Looking up, this ball is gonzo. It is a solo home run for Matt Saps, his first of this series. And the score is now 4-2 Knights here in the top of the 7th inning. That is a big insurance run. Oh yeah. Let's watch this replay. Didn't think he got all of it, but he certainly did. Just enough to get it out of this ballpark. So it's a 2-run lead for the Knights here in the 7th. And the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays has seen enough. He's going to the bullpen. He wants the right-hander. Takes the ball from Mark Pryor. Pitched a decent game. Gets a light applause from the crowd. In relief for the Rays is Ryan Helsley. During the regular season, he was 9-7 with a 3.63 earned run average. This is his first action here in the postseason. So, next up is Francisco Lindor playing right field today. He's 0 for 2. Outside ball 1. Bases empty. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 4-2 advantage for the Knights here in game 2. And he skies it to shallow center. Back goes Xander Bogaerts. Makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 79.
So next up is the third baseman, Matt Termini, who's 1 for 2 with a single today. Pitches high but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is no balls and 1 strike on Termini. Outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's laid on it, slicing out of play. Count is 1 and 2. Checks his swing. The curveball is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Termini. Helsley deals. That's a line drive over the head of the second baseman and is in there for a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Matt Termini, and they'll have a runner at first with 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Just lines it over the head of Brian Roberts the other way. So next up is Anthony Millo. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. Pitches low, ball 1. He has 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in this postseason. Termini leads off first. Pitches high, ball 1. Check that, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Millo. And he hits the deep drive. Back goes the center fielder to the track. At the track, makes the catch for out number 2. He gave it a ride, but not quite enough for another home run. So 2 down, runner at first. Up steps the leadoff man, Max Lukelich, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He bats from the left side against the right-hander, Helsley. And he pulls the cut fastball, foul, strike 1. So Tampa Bay leads the series 1-0 in this American League Championship Series. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lukelich does have base stealing potential. He's got a lot of speed over there. And Lukelich pulls it foul, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th, 4-2 lead for the Bronx Knights. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 called. And the side is retired, but not before a solo home run from Matthew Saps gives them a cushion. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Bronx Knights lead 4-2. Oh, yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Dominic Smith is a left-handed hitter, but he's 2 for 2 against Madison Bumgarner. Single, a double, a run batted in. Bumgarner's still out there. Strike 1. It's 4 for 11 against Bumgarner with a home run in this fictional universe. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Straight away center field. He's 3 for 3. And it's again a one-run ball game here in Game 2 of the ALCS. Dominic Smith hits his first home run of the series, 438 feet to center field. And the score is 4-3. Knights lead. My goodness. He has potential. Oh. Breaks my heart. So next up is Wilson Ramos. And Madison Bumgarner has seen all he's going to see. Bullpen. We're going to bring in, since there's 3 right-handers, Ramos, Wilson Ramos, and Aaron Judge, and Michael Chavez. We're going to Carlos Estevez, putting him in the game. So that'll be all for Madison Bumgarner. He will leave in a winning position. You cannot lose. You can either win or get a no decision based on how this game ends. In relief comes Carlos Estevez, fireballer. He's pitched 3 innings this postseason, giving up a run. His ERA is 3. Now, before we go any further, back to the manager's office in the bullpen. And I'm going to warm up Zach Eflin, just in case. Here comes the first pitch from Estevez. In there, strike 1, 99 on the radar gun. Wilson is 0 for 2. He's hitting $167 in the postseason. Swing and a miss, flails at the slider outside the strike zone. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Wilson. And it's a lazy fly ball to right. Nice shoestring catch from O'Rourke. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice running catch. Next up is Aaron Judge, who's 0 for 2. He's hitting .316 in the postseason with a homer. Misses inside 100 miles an hour on the radar gun, triple digits, but it's ball 1. Hard ground ball, played perfectly on the shortstop side of second base as Ramos makes the long throw, and there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Michael Chavis, 0 for 2, steps up to the plate. It's a 4-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Inside corner with the slider, counts quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side is retired. So we'll go to the top of the 8th. Thanks to Jose Ramirez with this, no, check that, Dominic Smith with this solo shot at the end of 7 innings of play. It's a 1-run ball game in Game 2 of the ALCS. Knights lead 4-3. So, to pitch the top of the 8th is Flamber Valdez. This is his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen in the postseason. Has not given up a run yet. And leading off is Don Mattingly, 0 for 3 today. Welcome to the stream. Left-handed pitcher going after a left-handed hitter. Count is low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-seam fastball finds the outside corner. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And he pulls it down the first base line. Foul ball, count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Ramos is on deck. Second baseman, all-star, most valuable player. So the pitch is low. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter. Sets and delivers. And it's a slow bouncer to the first baseman. Flips to the pitcher, covering in time. 1 away. Nice play by Dominic Smith. So next up is the switch hitter, Chris Ramos. He's 0 for 6 in this series so far. He walked in the third inning. Switch hitter turns around, bats from the right side against the lefty Valdez. Down and inside, ball 1. He had 66 home runs and 169 runs batted in during the regular season. Fouls off the fastball behind home plate, strike 1. However, they cannot have success if Ramos can't get hits. However, he pops it up. In play, Dominic Smith makes the catch, and there's two-way. He's now 0 for 7 in this championship series. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch info. And it was a strike. It was a high strike, but strike nonetheless. 2-seam fastball, 93 on the radar gun. So next up is Michael O'Rourke, who's 1 for 3 with a triple. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Valdez. Finds the outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Out in front of the curve, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Valdez looks like he's toying with him. Curveball is low, waste pitch, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the high fastball inside. And he is furious. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 1-run lead here in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. So, leading off is Brian Roberts, switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Estevez. He's 0 for 3 today. Pitch is low, ball 1. Slider inside corner, strike 1, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside with the changeup, 2 balls and 1 strike on Roberts. Fouls off the changeup, check that, fouls off the breaking ball, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he tries to get the 100-mile-an-hour fastball past him, but cannot. Fouls it off. Inning will continue. And he lines it down the right field line, and it is a foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's flirting with that foul line down the right field line. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Strikes him out, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. And Estevez is pumped.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dominguez.
Next up is Jason Dominguez, who's a switch hitter as well. So we're going to leave Carlos Estevez right where he is. And he lines it foul up the first base line, strike 1. Jason Dominguez is 0 for 3, but those 3 at-bats was against Madison Bumgarner from the right side. This is now he's at the left side, switch hitter against the righty Estevez. At the knees, strike 1 with, check that, strike 2 with the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And he pops him up. There is Salazar on the outfield grass, 2 away. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Xander Bogaerts hit a home run in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Xander Bogaerts is a right-handed hitter. Oh, so I'm going to stay with Carlos. Strike 1, inside corner. Bogaerts is 8 for 20 against Estevez for a 400 average with a home run. Swing and a miss over the top of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Xander Bogaerts. The side is retired. We're going to the top of the 9th here at Tropicana. Bronx Knights lead 4-3 in Game 2 of the ALCS.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So to pitch the top of the ninth is Dominic Leone. During the regular season, he was 4-6 with a 4.45 earned run average. And he will face Jacob Salazar. But before he does that, we're going to the manager's office, the bullpen. We're sitting down Zach. We're sitting down Jesse Biddle. We're getting up John Smoltz. The closer, John Smoltz, is coming in to pitch the game. Period. End of discussion. John Smoltz pitches the bottom of the ninth. I don't care if it's a 10-run lead. First pitch from Leone is outside ball 1 to the shortstop Jacob Salazar, who is 0 for 3 today. It's a 4-3 lead for the Bronx Knights in this crucial Game 2. And that's a line drive, but it will hang up there just long enough for Dominguez in center field to make the catch for out number 1. Two teams, division winners, both 107 and 55 during the regular season. Here in the ALCS, Matt Saps has a home run today, solo shot, 1 for 2. Pitches low, ball 1. Martin Weber and his funky mustaches warming up in the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays. Count is 1 ball and no strike on Matt Saps. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty, 1 down, top of the ninth. 1-run lead for the Knights. High with the cut fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Nope, that's down.
Two-seam fastball is low. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Lindor is on deck. And he yanks the breaking ball foul into the seats. Count will go full 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Here comes the payoff pitch. That's a line drive to center field, but again, it hangs up there for the center fielder. Hit it right on the nose, but it is out number 2. So, Francisco Lindor is 0 for 3 today, playing right field. Injury replacement for Los Cicero here in the series. And he yanks the cut fastball down the right field line, strike 1. Swings over the top of the two-seam fastball, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Francisco. Down and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 4-3 lead for the Knights. Here comes the pitch. Oh, I think it hit him. Yes, it did, it hit him. So they'll get a base runner here in the top of the ninth inning with 2 outs. Lindor will be at first with a free pass, basically. So Matt Termini is 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. Scored a run. Lindor leads off first. Here's the pitch from Leone. He's going on the first pitch. Inside, throw down to second is in time. He throws him out and the side is retired. So last licks for the Tampa Bay Rays. We go to the bottom of the ninth. I don't know if I agree with this call. No, he tagged him. He got him. Great throw by Wilson Ramos. Do you want to change pitchers in the bottom of the ninth in Game 2 of the ALCS? Yes, I do. In relief comes Hall of Fame starter, Hall of Fame closer, John Smoltz. He has pitched in 3 games in the postseason. He has saved all 3 of them. He's seeking save number 4 to get this series tied at 1 game apiece and head back to New York for Game 3. Leading off is J.D. Martinez, who's 1 for 3 with a double. He is the tying run because it's a 4-3 ball game. Here comes the first pitch from Smoltz. Fastball's low, ball 1. Ground ball. Ramos is there. Throws to first. In time, 1 away here in the ninth. 1 pitch, 1 out. Next up is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, switch hitter, now batting from the left side against the right-hander John Smoltz. He's 0 for 3 today. Comes the pitch. In there, strike 198 on the radar gun. Crowd is on their feet. Inside corner with the slider, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Ramirez. And he pops it up down the left field line, out of play, and it is a foul ball. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. O'Rourke could not race over there in time to make the catch. And he pulls it foul up the first base line. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty, 4-3 advantage for the Knights. It is the bottom of the 9th here in Game 2 of the ALCS. Swing and a miss. There's 2 away. Struck him out. And the Tampa Bay Rays here in Game 2 of the ALCS are down to their final out of the game. Next up is Dominic Smith, who's 3 for 3. He has a single, a double, a homer. He's a triple away from hitting for the cycle. He represents the final out of the game and the tying run simultaneously. But he pops it up on the first pitch. Smoltz says, everybody get away from me, I'm making this catch. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 4-3, and this ALCS is tied at 1 game apiece as we head back to Yankee Stadium for Game 3. So, it is now tied. That's the Bronx Knights have accomplished what they needed to. They went on the road. They took 1 out of the first 2 games. Now they have 3 straight at home at Yankee Stadium. Thank you, Wicked Quixotic. The win goes to Madison Bumgarner, who's now 2-0 in the postseason this season. Ooh, John Smoltz gets the save, his save number 4 of the playoffs. Oh, Bronx Knights, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Tampa Bay, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. As you can see, they are pretty enthusiastic about the fact that they were able to steal a game at Tropicana and head back home, where theoretically if they sweep them at home, they don't have to go back to Tampa Bay. And the player of the game is Anthony Millo, the number 9 hitter, who found his power stroke in September and it's carried on to the playoffs. Hit a 2-run home run today to give them a 3-1 lead at the time. And here's a little bit of a replay. Whew, it was a tough game. So that was Game 2 of the American League Championship Series, Bronx Knights versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Both teams winners of their respective divisions. Both winners of 107 games during the regular season. And the series is tied at 1 game apiece. Madison Bumgarner is 2-0 in the playoffs. Mark Pryor is 2-1. John Smoltz gets save number 4. All right, so that's where I will end the stream. This has been Bronx Knights Baseball. For those that joined me, thank you so much. If you're on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. I have a feeling that I'm going to play game 3 tonight. I need a break. I'm going to save and end this particular stream. I'm going to take a breather, get something to drink, but within the next half an hour, I'm coming back to play the next game, Game 3, at Yankee Stadium tonight before I head off to bed. So if you're interested, please look out for the stream. It should be on in a little while. Again, the final here at Tropicana, Bronx Knights win 4-3. Have yourself a great night. Hope to see you very soon.